Hey Vintage Lax fans, this is my first story of my first ever pick. Pictured right here are the sticks that I got in my first ever pick about 2 years ago. People were asking me to look for some super lights and some older sticks, and I didn't know where to turn. I was on eBay, I was going all over the place looking for these classic sticks. One day, I'm on Craigslist, and sure enough, just a few miles from my house, these vintage sticks popped up. The seller was asking $10 for the sticks, and I said, yep, I can come and meet you. Right before I left, my wife said, you know what, you should probably take someone with you just in case something kind of goes haywire or whatnot. So I called my buddy up, and I said, hey, you want to roll with me? I'll buy you dinner right after if you go to this house. So I live here in Syracuse, and later that day before, we got almost 7 inches of snow. So there is snow piles high as you could see. We're driving through the snow, and then we finally found this guy's house. We pull up to the house and got to trudge through like 6-7 feet of snow to get to the door. We knock on the door, and the guy peers out, and he says, what do you guys want? I said, oh, I'm here to buy the lacrosse sticks. I reached out to you. And he's like, there they are right there. And in the snow pile were these sticks just piled up, sticking in the snow. And I started to look at him, and he's like, okay, I need my money. So I said, $10, right? And he said, yep, give me my $10. So I went up. He shuts the door, and he makes me slide the $10 under the door. So I slid the $10 under the door. My buddy picked up the sticks, and off we went. We drove over to a restaurant that night to have dinner, and I was checking out what I had in the trunk, and I was like blown away at these sticks that were tossed in the snowbank. I get the sticks home. I walk past my wife, and she's shaking her head saying, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to go clean these sticks up. And in the sink they went. I cut out some of the old mesh, and I kind of cleaned them up as best I could. And then I started to put them up, and one of those super lights actually went to a collector who was looking for it. It was the same stick he used in high school, and I was able to reconnect him with that. So that's the story of my first pick. It was a couple of years ago in the snow here in Syracuse, and I'm glad that we went out and we did it. I'm glad I reconnected some of these sticks to the collectors out there, and I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. So if you ever need a stick or you need something from the vintage world, let me know. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Vintage Lax Brand, or hit that subscribe button right here. Hit that like button right here. Tell me what you want to see and what you are looking for in the vintage world. And like I always say, stay vintage.